Good day, students! Let us learn about pronoun-antecedent agreement. A pronoun must always agree with its antecedent in gender, number, and person. Pronoun is a word that is used to substitute a noun. Antecedent is a word that the pronoun stands for. For example, the pronoun used in this sentence is her, and its antecedent is Marie. Another example, Tobias Wolff wrote the story Powder as part of his 1996 collection entitled The Night in Question. In this sentence, the pronoun used is his, and the antecedent is Tobias Wolff. A pronoun must always agree with its antecedent in person, gender, and number, just like Marie and her, which are both feminine and singular. Tobias Wolff and his are both masculine and singular. Here are the rules in pronoun-antecedent agreement. First, if the antecedent is singular, use a singular pronoun. If it is plural, use a plural pronoun. For example, because this dollhouse is almost 300 years old, blank is historically important. In this sentence, the noun or antecedent is dollhouse, which is singular. So, we will use the pronoun it. Because this dollhouse is almost 300 years old, it is historically important. Another example. In this sentence, the subject or antecedent is the word divers, which is plural. So, we will use the pronouns they and their. Scuba divers are taught that they should check their equipment. A plural pronoun is used to refer to nouns and pronouns joined by and. This is called compound subjects. For example, the subject in this sentence is chest and dresser. Since it is plural, we will use the pronoun their. The tiny chest and dresser still have their original hardware. Another example. In this sentence, the subject is Jet and Mark. Since it is plural, we will use the pronoun they. Jet and Mark informed us that they will visit soon. A pronoun that refers to nouns or pronouns joined by or nor should agree with the noun or pronoun nearest to it. For example, in this sentence, the word NASA is the one nearest to the pronoun, so we will use its. Neither the astronauts or NASA neglected its duties. But if it is the other way around, and the word nearest to the pronoun is the astronauts, we will use the pronoun their, since the word astronauts is a plural noun. The gender and person of the pronoun must be the same as the antecedents. Gender refers to whether the noun is masculine, feminine, common, or neuter, while person means whether it is in first person, second person, or third person. For example, in this sentence, the subject you is in the second person. That's why we will use the pronoun your. You would be proud to see your work appreciated by future generations. Another example. In this sentence, the subject is the word astronaut, which is a common gender. That's why we will use the pronoun his or her. An astronaut conducts his or her experiments during the flight. A phrase or clause between the subject and the verb does not change the number of the antecedent. For example, in this sentence, the subject is the word can. Even though it is followed by the phrase of sausages, we will consider the word can as our subject, which is singular. So the pronoun to be used is its. The can of sausages sits on its shelf. Another example. In this sentence, the subject is pile. Even though the phrase of books follows, we will consider the word pile as the subject, which is singular. So, the pronoun to be used is it. The pile of books needs to be organized because it looks messy. Singular indefinite pronoun antecedents take singular pronoun referents. Indefinite pronouns are used to refer to persons which are non-specific. Some singular indefinite pronouns are each, either, neither, one, no one, nobody, nothing, anyone, anybody, anything, someone, somebody, something, everyone, everybody, and everything. These pronouns are always singular, so they will need singular pronoun referents. For example, in this sentence, the word each refers to one clerk. So, we will use the pronoun his or her. Each clerk does a good deal of work around his or her office. Another example. The word someone is singular. So, we will use the pronoun he or she. Someone must have been listening to our conversation and he or she recorded it. Let us now have the plural indefinite pronoun antecedents. They require plural pronoun referents. These are the pronouns several, few, both, many, and some. For example, in this sentence, the pronoun both refer to a plural subject, so we will use their. Both do a good job in their office. Another example. In this sentence, the pronoun some introduces a plural subject, so we will use the pronoun their. Some business owners are refurbishing their shops. Some indefinite pronouns that are modified by a prepositional phrase may either be singular or plural. For example, in this sentence, the subject is some of the rice. Rice is a non-count noun which makes it singular. So, we will use the pronoun its. Some of the rice fell out of its sack. While in this example, the phrase of the candies means plural. So, we will use the pronoun their. Some of the candies fell out of their bag. Collective nouns may be singular or plural, depending on its meaning. For example, the committee is acting as one unit. Therefore, we will use the pronoun its. The committee read its plan. Another example. In this sentence, the committee members are acting as separate individuals. That's why we will use the plural pronoun their. The committee members gave their individual opinions. Titles of single entities take a singular referent. This refers to titles of books, organizations, countries, or movies. For example, The Avengers made its actors famous. The Avengers is a title of a movie. That's why we use a singular pronoun, its. The United States cherishes its democracy. United States is a name of a country. That's why we use the singular pronoun, its. The words every or many a before a noun or series of nouns requires a singular referent. For example, every victim has struggled to regain his or her life afterwards. Every victim refers to a singular subject. That's why we use the pronoun his or her. Many a girl wishes she could marry a Prince Charming. Many a girl refers to a singular subject. That's why we use the singular pronoun she. The phrase, the number of, is always singular, while a number of is plural. For example, the number of volunteers increases its ranks daily. A number of volunteers are offering their help.